A recent Pew poll showed Americans' distrust in their government and the two major political parties is lower than at any other time in history. So if so many are unhappy with their government, what are some possible solutions? Well, some would say that making elections more competitive is the answer. So I'm going to quickly describe two possible ways we can make elections more competitive. The book Democracy in the States by Bruce Kane, Todd Donovan, and Carolyn Tolbert describes the problems created by the lack of competitive elections. The first major problem is the way congressional districts are drawn. The lines are redrawn every 10 years with every U.S. census. This small, unglamorous job then becomes a bit of a problem, because in most states the lines are drawn by the current legislator, or politicians. The politicians then proceed to draw the districts in shapes that assure their party's majority, or that the federal congressional seat will become what is known as a safe seat, where the seat will always belong to one of the two major political parties. People then become disenfranchised because the election is never competitive, unless there's a challenger from within the party. Oh, but then only the people who tend to participate in primaries are the more radical members of the party. This debacle creates a Congress that doesn't accurately represent the people. You'll have a lot of liberals on one side and a lot of conservatives on the other, with only a few moderates in the middle. But when you look at the American public, it's mostly made up of moderates, while there's only a few liberals and a few conservatives. The proposed solution is nonpartisan redistricting. The only 3 states to have adopted the measure are Iowa, Arizona, and California. But how does nonpartisan redistricting work? Well, the lines are drawn by an independent committee of individuals. The lines have to be approved by the legislature, but at no point are they allowed to draw the lines themselves. This keeps redistricting out of any political party's specific hands. The second major issue is that there's really only 2 parties. Americans love a winner and tend to not want to feel like they are wasting their vote. This is especially true when dealing with the president. Because of the Electoral College, presidents are elected by a plurality of the votes, not necessarily a majority. 1/3 of America's presidents have been elected without a legitimate majority of voters. The solution is called instant runoff voting. The process works by presenting the voter with the ability to list their top and second choices. If their top choice loses, then their vote is shifted to their second choice. This process allows for the president to be elected by an actual majority, rather than by a plurality or the highest number of top choice votes. If you're still a little confused, it would work much the same as when you order at a restaurant.
What would you like?
You know, I've always wanted a Ron Paul, so I think I'm going to go ahead and have that.
We're all out of that.
Oh, well, I guess I'll get my usual Mitt Romney. This type of ballot would eliminate the process of the spoiler effect, like Perot in '92 and Nader in 2000, where many believe if the third-party candidate would have been able to be eliminated, those voters' second choice would have been George Bush Sr. or Al Gore. If people could vote for someone closer to their beliefs, voter turnout would likely go up. With a higher turnout would come a government far more reflective of the people who employ it. I've only given you a short summary of these 2 reforms, and have left countless others undiscussed. If you believe your government isn't working, don't stand idly by and let the government keep you from going forward. Take action, even if it's small, so that you and every American can move forward and not have your government lagging years behind.